All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, we have honestly a bit of a surprise. Denver Nuggets head coach Mike Malone is out. Looking at the record, they're 47-32. So you're thinking, how in the hell is a coach who won a championship in 2023, competed in 2024, and in 2025, 47-32, how is he getting fired? So honestly, there's a lot to unpack here. I think the biggest thing though, like TLDR, is that he most likely lost the locker room. We're going to check out this quick 2-minute video. Mike Malone 2 weeks ago after loss to the Blazers.
A few moments later.
What's up?
It was a brutally honest message, and the guys that are fully won't hear it. You know, they'll say coach is tripping. And the guys that maybe do really care will, because they're not going to go back and watch their minutes, because nobody watches their minutes, nobody watches film. So we'll have to show them the film, and it was a brutally honest message. And
okay, so first things first, when you see this clip, you think to yourself, well, that's just real and honest coach talk. First things first, if you say this in private, that's one thing. But if you're saying it to the media for the world to hear, yeah, my team doesn't watch film. Some of these guys are full of shit. There's nothing coach-like about saying my guys are full of shit to the media. That's just blatant disrespect. That's just blatant ignorance or thinking that that's going to go over well. That's one of those things to where it's like, you have to understand, and obviously Mike Malone has to know this in the back of his mind. Maybe he said this as a last-ditch effort. If you lose the locker room, it's over. If you have the biggest ego in the room, it's over. You have to have the respect of your players. You can't demand it. And it's odd too, because you look at this team and you still have Nikola Jokic. You still have Jamal Murray. You still have Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown. Pieces that will you win the championship? Probably not, but it's worth giving it a shot. And that to me is just mind-boggling. Like, why are you going to go and try and throw guys under the bus? Obviously, he didn't say any specific names, but I mean, you just don't do it to the media. It's just something you just don't do, period. I just fail to understand why he would do that. Okay, so here's an interesting clip right here by DNVR Sports. So, as you probably know, Calvin Booth is out as a GM as well, but let's just quickly tune in, 22-second clips.
And to win championships in the NBA, you have to be aligned.
Yeah.
To be a dynasty in the NBA, you have to be on the same page. And they weren't. And it was obviously never going to happen. The stories we've heard about the Michael Malone, Calvin Booth conflict will blow your mind.
Share them.
They would blow your mind. I mean, I don't know if they're 100% true. I've heard them from both sides.
Okay, so now you probably wondering, what are the things that will blow your mind? There's a comment down here that shows later what they talked about in the show. And this is really petty and it's gross. And it seems like, based off reports, some of this is really just true, because apparently there's like some sort of Cold War, believe it or not, in regards to both sides really just trying to have their way. Later in the show, they talked about how Malone would specifically set up players Booth liked with bad rotations or in lopsided scrimmages. And Booth would push out staff Malone liked and draft guys he knew Malone didn't like. I mean, obviously that's just bad. Malone has shown serious tendencies to be an asshole. I mean, a lot of these head coaches are. I mean, I think to a certain degree you kind of have to be. This, though, obviously not going to work. You just can't do this. You can't be at odds against one another when you're on the same team, literally. You won a championship in 2023 because of players like Jokic and Murray. You still have Nikola Jokic. I think the owners of the team just saw this as a way of, why delay the inevitable? Let's give someone a shot to see what they can do coaching-wise, because with these two guys, they clearly did not believe these two guys could win another championship even this year. So why delay the inevitable? Looking at the Nuggets, though, I also want to show the games on the Nuggets. You see what they've been doing recently, and it's been gross. You lose to the Warriors by 14. Not bad. You lose to the Spurs by 7. You rest a lot of people. You still can't lose to the Spurs. You barely lose to the Nuggets because of Russell Westbrook's mistakes. You beat the Jazz, beat the Bucks. You lose to the Bulls. You beat the Rockets. This is where the Malone had the interview. You lose to the Blazers? Really? Lose to the Lakers, beat the Warriors. This right here was bad. You lose to the Wizards. I mean, inexcusable. It's blatant issues on issues on issues. You can't just roll up to a game thinking you're just going to disown a team because they're the Wizards. And then you could see it if you watch the game. The Nuggets just did not come out with the right energy at all. Lose to a game winner by Jordan Poole. I mean, you mess around and you find out. It's as simple as that. And with the Nuggets, like I said, you look at the roster. Are there glaring issues? Yes. Do I need to talk about them? I'll talk about them a little bit. What's the biggest problem you see right now with this roster? You have the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. What's the problem? The problem is you're not surrounding him with enough shooters. Think about it. Westbrook, not a shooter. Jamal Murray, of course he's a shooter. He's good in his own right. Aaron Gordon has been playing better as a three-point shooter. He's been really impressive, actually. So that's good. But these are all the starters, by the way. Christian Brown, not a good three-point shooter. MPJ is a sniper. So that's kind of where it ends. DeAndre Jordan, Payne Watson, Julian Strawweather, Dylan Pickett, blah, 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 everyone else. Everyone else. They're not like that. This team lacks three-point shooting. Starters are good. Once you get to the bench, it's horrendous. One of the just the most horrendous benches for any competing team. It's not good. And that's not sustainable for a championship roster. Reason being is because you're not going to be able to play Jokic 48 minutes for all series, let alone for a single series, let alone for a single game, 48 minutes. That's tough. So you're asking a lot. Terrible roster construction. Nuggets fans have to be happy about Calvin Booth being out. I'm sure there's some people happy about Mike Malone being out. And even their biggest haters might be confused as to why now. But it's really, to me, it's pretty cut and dry. Ownership wants change now because they do not believe in Mike Malone now. Clearly, these stories, whether there's validation to some of them or not, to a certain degree, some of them just have to be true. Because why take such drastic measures? 5 games before the season, difference between Grizzlies and the Nuggets. Nuggets are just a better team, and they won the championship in 2023. So there's history of success. For this drastic measure to be taken, it's a big deal. You know, it's not something to be taken lightly. What do the Nuggets do following this? Well, you know, Russell Westbrook as a Laker there's a really funny quote about him just going out there and having fun. Josh Kroenke on his immediate expectations for the Nuggets: play hard and have fun. Just very reminiscent of those Westbrook days, win, lose, or draw. I mean, yeah. You've been Westbrook. Nevertheless, though, the Nuggets' remaining schedule, they got Kings tomorrow, then the Grizzlies, then the Rockets. Worst case scenario, they could actually become a play-in team just because with how close 3 through 8 is, they all have the same record. Well, I guess technically the Nuggets are half a game ahead, but if the Nuggets lose out or even lose 2, that could be enough to put them in play-in. Who is it again? The Kings, the Rockets, the Grizzlies. That Grizzlies game is going to be so important for so many different reasons. I mean, all 3 games are important, but the most important is the Grizzlies for sure. Maybe they pull a rabbit out of their hat, but this kind of change just does not bode well for those believers, to be honest with you. It's just not a good look. It has not had success in the past for someone to turn it around and just win a championship like this, especially with 5 games to go. I don't even know if there's precedent for that, but oh man, let me know what you guys think. It is a very weird timeline we're in this NBA season. A lot of drama, a lot of random decision making. Taylor Jenkins getting gone, Luka getting traded. Like, honestly, this has probably been one of the most dramatic seasons I've been a part of in a long time. And I say I've been a part of as a fan, obviously. But even then, just making videos, I've been making videos about the NBA for a minute now. So this is probably the most dramatic season I can remember in recent times. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you heard a baby in the background, it's because I'm holding my baby. Anyway, as always, feel free to like and subscribe. It goes a long way into helping the channel. This is I've Been Different. We've been different. And we out.